his own rebound and he gives San Diego the lead.
That is a fantastic header and a finish from Tumi Moshobane. He's been the danger man all night for San Diego.
I'm Tumi Moshobane and I'm attacking midfielder for San Diego Loyal. I grew up with my friends, just sessions outside of the backyard, doing tricks and seeing who does the best trick, and my friend would try mimic it or I'd try mimic his, and just that constant challenge of just, dribbling each other and just being on the ball every single day built that confidence, I guess. I'd go with my uncle, take me with him to his games and stuff, and I'd sit there and watch him. As a kid, you had a short attention span. We'd go to the field that they're not using and we just kick the ball around there, play 3v3 to goal or 4v4, and I kind of fell in love with the game. As I grew up, opportunities started rising where local teams were looking for young players. They give you feedback, they see you're a good player, but at that time I was still small. You had to be big, tall, fast, and they said I should come back after a few years or so. And then I went back, and that's when I ended up trying out for Kaizer Chiefs, and yeah, that's where it started. So our culture in South Africa, the soccer culture is more that kind of freestyle, culture where the fans come to games just not necessarily for the win or for the results, but for the skillful players. And so growing up, I watched a lot of players Dr. Khumalo is one of the greats in South Africa. Tabomoki, there's a bunch just do crazy tricks that you don't see nowadays in football. So when I played for Kaizer Chiefs, I did really well in the academy, where I was noticed, and I got a call up to the first team to kind of play with them in this preseason game called the Makufe Cup. And so they chose 5 of us, I guess 5 of the best players from the academy to come. This was 2012 when I was 18. In that game I ended up scoring off the bench. With me scoring was kind of big headlines throughout the country. I was the first academy player to play in a first team match and score a goal, a debut goal. Then my uncle reached out to me and was here's an opportunity for you to come to the States. From there you can go pro or whatnot. And obviously I was young at that point, and I saw myself, I'm getting all this publicity and stuff. So I decided to stay. So he offered that 2012, and then I decided to stay and try play and break into the first team, because I guess at that point I felt now I'm being recognized and I'm a step closer to getting there. They end up promoting me to the reserve team, and I played there a couple of years. And as time went by, it wasn't really moving forward. My time was running out also for me to come here to the States. So it got to a point where I was should I play? Should I keep pushing? And my parents also I'm giving you one more year to figure out the soccer career of yours. Then I decided that I should probably come this side at the age of 20. With me coming over here in the United States, my dream was to become pro. I was coming here to college and stuff, I was kind of written off, saying that, well, he's no more playing for Kaizer Chiefs anymore, he's not gonna make it and all that. So I had my challenges in college, and once obviously the opportunity came to be part of organizations such as SD Loyal, I was thankful, and I just made sure that everything that I went through was kind of drive me to perform. And with them being veterans, being in the game longer than me, kind of sends a message to me saying that they trust in me and they believe in what the ability I have of playing. I try my best to be that player that takes on the opposition, to be that player that's dynamic, to be that player that kind of pushes the team going forward. For me, being on that pitch is therapeutic. I don't know, it's kind of that kind of love that's hard to describe. I can express myself and speak more than I would off the field, and show I guess the kind of player I am, or the kind of person I am, speaking without using words. It reminds me also of where I came from, and the person I am, and it kind of helps me imprint my identity as a player. What sells me is like that first like pass, the first pass, first touch, just making sure that my mind is, I guess, free. That first pass is clean. That first tackle gives me confidence to like, okay, I think I'll be fine for this game.